Something really, really important just happened on the ICP chart, and I wanted to show this to you guys today because this could be a really, really good thing or potentially a concerning thing. And so I want to break it down in detail, show you exactly what I'm looking at, just so you can make sure that you're keeping an eye on it. And of course, if you do find it useful, you can subscribe, and then we'll be following up on this over going on through the future as well as we start to see things play out for ICP. Now, of course, ICP has been on an absolutely mythical run over the past week or so. It's been a really, really difficult week in crypto, particularly for altcoins, but ICP has just been absolutely smashing. So things looking really good there. We're actually going to go on ahead and take a look at the crypto bubbles today, and you will see just on the day some wild returns coming through in the market. ICP up yet another 12%, which is fantastic, but honestly not looking that impressive compared to some of the other things we have seen, which I think that's okay, because if we go ahead and we look to the week, ICP is basically, it looks like it is the second biggest gainer on the week, with the majority of the market still being red, even after such insane gains happening today. So ICP still sitting in a really, really good spot. We are seeing a rotation back into alts outside of, basically what we've seen out of a lot of the different big ones. We've seen the big ones kind of bleeding less than the alts. Today is definitely kind of a reversal of that. Now we need to figure out, is this kind of a bottom? Are we seeing more optimism in the market? Or is this kind of another liquidity grab, getting people to get back into alts? And then of course prices come further back down with that. So we don't really know for sure, but I am keeping a very close eye on it and want to just remain kind of cautious and make sure that we're not going too crazy in on things quite yet. But what you will see, obviously super, super green day in the market. You will notice though AI really seeming to kind of take the forefront here. Obviously, we've got ICP moving really nicely. We have things like AIA, or this is the D agent. We also have Near doing well. We have Fetch doing well. We have things like Render, Virtuals. I mean, you could see even Graph up here up 20%. There's a lot of different like AI altcoins really moving. I think we might be seeing maybe some initial rotations into more of like an AI season. If so, that of course would be very good for those of us positioned in AI already. I do think it is possible, though we do need to see the majors kind of stop bleeding and start to see some more positive momentum going up. This is roughly the right time of year for kind of an alt season type of run. Maybe not even necessarily alt season, but even just a slight alt rotation. So I am going to be kind of looking very closely for that. We just have to be very careful to make sure that we don't get trapped, because of course the government is still shut down in the US. This is causing liquidity issues. So there are very, very kind of it's a fragile framework that we're working with right now. So we just need to be very careful and make sure that we don't get caught. Now for ICP, something huge has just happened in the fact that ICP is actually now the largest AI token. This all happened in the span of about a week. You will see this is thanks to ICP going up almost 170% in the past 7 days, while BitTensor also dropping about 20%. So you will see ICP has overtaken that, is the 29th largest coin. I remember even just a couple weeks back when we were in the mid 40s, even potentially sinking into the 50s, but ICP is really, really moving quite nicely. You can even see the volume here, an insane amount of volume coming through on ICP. The only one getting more is Filecoin, and that's of course because Filecoin is basically up almost 100% in 24 hours, which is pretty wild. So, but yeah, I mean, pretty huge amounts of volume running through all of these coins here, as you'll see. So we will be, of course, keeping very close eyes on ICP, Tau, Near, a lot of these. We have investments in most of these. Again, these are my personal holdings. You need to be doing your own research and doing your own due diligence. But like Virtuals is one I have a position in. I've been in and out of positions in Story. I've been in and out of positions in Near. Tau I have a position in. ICP, of course, as you know, I have a pretty decent sized position in. So yeah, I mean, if we go and we see an AI rotation, things will be looking pretty nice, I think. And then we also do have a lot of the smaller ones as well. So you'll also see here on AI and big data news, the first article that we see, ICP breaks out of multi-year downtrend. Analysts eye a 10x move towards $70, which would be insane. So we'll keep a very close eye on there, see what actually happens here. But if we go look at the chart, I mean, things are looking really nice. Now you'll see I'm focused on the daily. Generally we kind of end with the daily, but I wanted to show you something that we are seeing, or a couple of different things that we are seeing that I think are really important. Now You will see here, we're still very, 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 very overbought on the RSI. We are also overextended on the Bollinger Bands. So again, a little bit of a cooling off and a little bit of a slowing down would not be all too surprising to me, but we can continue to move along. There's no reason that we can't. It's just from a typical perspective, generally we might see this start to consolidate a little bit and before we make a further run. And I think this could be the opportunity in which we see that. The reason why we are here is, again, if we look at back out on more of a macro perspective, I did make this comment a couple days back. A couple people were giving me a bit of a hard time for it, but it does appear like we might be seeing something like this play out. We were seeing a major confluence. This was a fib retracement level. This was a just normal level of resistance. This also was kind of a descending trend line level of resistance as well. So you can see we had kind of the two tops here. It does look like we may have added the third top here as well. It seemed to me very, very likely that we would be seeing some level of major resistance coming at this like 850 to like 860, even 880 range. Looks like we actually hit highs of $8.88.8. So, pretty high up there, a decent move back to the upside. We are now about $1 lower than that, about $7.80. So we are still holding up quite well. And this is where we actually will go down to the hourly so we can just see a bit more detail here. But the chart looking absolutely fantastic. You'll see here a very consistent move to the upside. The highs always go higher. The lows always go higher than the previous lows. And in many cases higher than the lows stop higher than even the previous kind of swing highs as well, which is really, really good to see. You'll see right here, kind of a similar type of situation here. If we count the wick that we saw, not quite, but still very, very strong structure. We can actually even see something very similar here. So again, if maybe we continue to see that further move to the upside, you will see on the hourly we had 3 or 4 different wicks that were rejected at this level, as we expected could be a possibility. So we're going to be watching very, very closely here. Now, of course, hopefully we can come back up, take another run, and continue this really strong level of kind of stair stepping that we have seen. It is looking good. If we were to see something like that, we would want to see probably a reach up into the $10 range, and then maybe again kind of a retrace back down into the $9, maybe even high $8, and then continuing along. That is what we of course want to see. If we see it or not, that is a whole nother thing. But so far, ICP looking really strong. We've broken and held above this major level of liquidity that I was telling you about. So the fact that we are above it, I am definitely looking for some higher levels here. I think things are looking very, very good for ICP. So of course, make sure you hit the subscribe button, stay updated, hit that notification bell. We will be going through, as you have probably noticed, if you do watch many of my ICP videos, I have started doing a daily update on ICP just because there's so much going on here. You can see, obviously, there's a lot of movement going along. You can see there's been multiple times where we've pushed into kind of the overbought period on the 1 hour level, and then we have come back. We've kind of retraced a bit, recovered, and then we see that next push to the upside, which is maybe exactly what we're looking to do right now. So there's a lot of different things going on. ICP is moving fast. As you can see here, $1 billion of volume just in 24 hours. So, I mean, there's a lot of movement going on here. So definitely makes sense to be doing daily updates here, in my opinion. Of course, like I said, if you're interested, make sure that you stick around to stay up to date. Now, unfortunately, I don't actually have any leveraged positions open here on ICP. That, of course, would have been a fantastic move. But I do, of course, hold a very large spot position. So I'm basically just kind of letting my spot position ride. As I did mention several weeks back, I did actually make a buy. I don't think I hit here at the exact bottom. I think I was buying down here at the low $3. I don't think I got anything in the $2, unfortunately. But really nice entry, and so I'm feeling pretty good about where we're at there. Up almost 3x, getting very, very close to a 3x move in just over a week at this point. So pretty nice, pretty nice feeling there. So we will see just kind of how this all ends up shaking out. But I do actually have a long position on Doge here. You can see up about 39%. We saw kind of some of the downswings coming here. We were seeing a decent level of support holding in this range, and so we did take a long here. And so far, looking pretty good, up about 37%. we will just kind of track this and we'll see how it goes. But at least for so far, we are seeing a pretty nice move all throughout the alts. So I'm feeling very, very good overall. If you are interested, of course, in trading ICP, Doge, whatever, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, any of that type of stuff, I do have multiple links in the description below. BTCC currently, I would say, is the best place because you do get that 10% bonus on first-time deposits, which is a fantastic deal. But if you are looking for extra and special ICP rewards, I do have that link in the description below for BloFin. BloFin is doing a current ICP spinner game. So if you do get signed up and you do deposit, I believe it's $100, I can't remember exactly for sure, then you do have a chance to win up to 25 ICP or potentially 0.1 Ethereum. So there's a bunch of really, really good deals there. Both of those affiliate links are in the description below if you are interested. Of course, they are affiliate links, so they do also help support the channel if you are interested. So thank you all so much for tuning in. If you have any comments, questions, anything like that, just drop those in the comment section below. Really appreciate the time, and we will see you in the next one.